Hey everybody. Want nothing flying on me. Hey y'all. How's everyone doing? So I saw something just a few minutes ago and I wanted to elaborate on it and just kind of give my thoughts on how I view this. And so anyway, it's a saying that we have all heard of not telling your dreams and your plans and just things in general to the wrong people because oh, I'm gonna just kind of say they would say that they would squash your dreams, right? Like if you tell your dreams to the wrong people, that those people can squash your dreams. And with my belief system, I want to say what I think about that concept. So I'm gonna dive right in, right? But it's just basically I'm just expounding it on what believe, how I think, and how I move with that. I don't know what do you call that, like an old wives' tale, or just like a saying that would be saying, like, be careful who you tell your dreams to. And for me personally, I'm gonna say a couple of small things, and then I want to kind of go into how this all works together. So, number one, I don't believe a person outside of me has the ability to change anything for me. I don't believe it's possible. Um, and when I say change something for me, change intrinsically, like how I feel about myself, what I know about myself, what I believe about myself. I'm not talking about like the government and things of that nature. And even that, honestly, that has, um, depending on what you're willing to do, even they can't say shit to you. It depends on what you're willing to do to get out from under the rule of that government. I mean, if you're willing to go live abroad, if you're willing to give up citizenship and things of that nature, there are choices. There are always choices, right? But we're not talking about just like that. I'm talking about more so career dreams or educational dreams, something along that line. But still, principally, I can use what I'm saying for anything. I can. You all may not because of where your minds are. Where it depends on where everybody's concepts and minds are. If your mind is that kind of person that gets stopped every time an obstacle gets in the way, then no, you can't use this principle for everything. If you're a person that can't think creatively and outside of the box, then no, you can't use this principle for everything. If you're a person that is always saying how it's somebody else's fault why you didn't get somewhere in life, then no, you can't use this principle. I'm not that person. I'm the type of person that whatever I want, I will have, and I just might have to be creative on how I get it, but I will have it. Okay, so just using that principle, I don't think any for me. I don't subscribe that anybody outside of me can really affect much of what's going on in my life, right? Because I don't give them that power. I have the power. It is my brain. It is according to the framework of my mindset and my belief. That's what's activated in me, not anybody else's opinions outside of me. They don't even have. If you, I, my mind is like a Face ID. On many of you guys' phones, you have Face ID, and only your face can unlock your phone. Sometimes even twins cannot unlock each other's phones. Okay, my mindset, my beliefs, your mindset, and your beliefs really are voice activated. The thing is that when you're not strong enough with your inner voice and knowing who you are, yeah, people outside of you can say little things, little shady things, and you'll start second guessing and doubting yourself. You'll start to believe what they're saying is true over what you know and believe about yourself because messages that have gone on from childhood have gone on. If you're watching this, you probably are around. I'm 41, so messages of my childhood have been going on for 41 years, right? And it's not always easy to stop that message that has been on repeat, that has been on autopilot, that has been in the back of your subconscious, and that has honestly operated very freely in your life, unbeknownst to you in several ways. It's not always easy to just kind of stop and turn the ship. That's how the Titanic well, they say that's how the Titanic sank, because by the time they saw the iceberg, it was too late. It was just bigger underneath than it was on top, and they hit it. Because it's like that. Your belief systems are truly like that ship that have gone full sail, full throttle, at full speed, and it's not always easy just to kind of stop a belief and like course correct. But that's why you put it into practice. That's why you have a practice, a daily practice, a routine, a schedule, so that you can incorporate new messaging into your life, so that they can take root and stick, and not just think that you're gonna do it one time and it's over. That is my qualm with affirmations. Sometimes with people, how they explain affirmations, they want to just say that, oh, just say this and it's done. It's not. You got programs going. You are a fucking supercomputer, and you just have a lot of different programs going, and it takes practice, a daily practice, to unwire things sometimes. Okay, but I said all that to say that a person outside of me cannot affect what I have going on. So even if I, at this point in my life, I'm not saying this for everybody because it depends on where you are. Where I'm at, I am strong enough that I can honestly tell my dreams to anybody, and it does not matter what they say. That is not going to deter me one bit. I actually am to the point where I can laugh at people and be like, pity for you that you don't know your mind is just as powerful as mine. Pity for you that you honestly believe that I can't do it. Pity for you that you believe that, because the thing is that sometimes I believe that it's not that they don't think I can do it, they think it won't happen for them. So you are projecting that on me, like it's pity for you that you don't believe that this can happen for you. But it is going to happen for me because I said it is. And because of who I am and my resolve and my history and my pattern, anything I want, I get. That is my belief system. If you have a belief system that I have to wait in line or wait my turn or wait on God to do it, I don't have that belief system. I believe that I am God of my life. And when I want something to happen for me, I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to make it happen in my time, right? I don't wait on anybody else's timing to make it happen for me. I go get what I want. And, okay, so that's point one. The whole don't being careful of who you tell your dreams to too soon, as if they have the power to. No, it is you. If you are at a place, and here's the deal. You don't know. It's not that you say, "Oh, I'm at a place where I can share things with everybody." That's not how that happened for me. How it happened was unbeknownst to me, I started sharing my dreams more and more, and I never did that before because I actually was holding a belief that if I shared my dreams with people, it would jinx it. If I share what I believe is going to happen, what I feel is going to happen, what I'm expecting to happen, some magic to happen, I felt like I would jinx it and that it wouldn't happen because not because of that person, but because I spoke too soon and I just jinxed. Whatever jinx, definition that you hold, that you believe what jinx means. Maybe spoil it, sabotage it, right? I don't even know why I held that belief. I think I held that belief because it might have happened one time, and then here I go trying to make it might have happened one time where I prematurely told something to somebody, and it didn't come true. I got embarrassed, and of course I had to create a reason why it didn't come true. And when you have to create a reason why it didn't come true, you're going to look at yourself. You're going to push it back on you. It's something I did. You know what? Wait a minute. The true truth is that at that time I might have been telling dreams where I was not solid enough in myself to be telling that dream. Today, as I tell my dreams to people, and I'm really shocked at myself, like, you shared this with them. Like, you weren't afraid to share this with them. You didn't think that they were going to think you were foolish. You didn't think that they were going to think you were crazy or woo-woo or anything. You just shared your dream with them, like, what's happening? Because before, I was thinking that if I told my dreams to people, it would jinx. Somehow, some way, my messaging changed inside of me. And the messaging is that I can tell my dream to fucking Walmart, and that a motherfucker in there could hinder it not happening for me. Only motherfucker in Walmart that it could hinder of it not happening for me is me. But I wouldn't be in Walmart. So, can't nobody in Walmart keep this from anything I want happening for me. Telling your dreams to people is not the problem. The problem is us and what we believe in the inside. Because the moment that you tell your dream to somebody and they say, or they start to challenge you back and ask you questions, here you go in the inside crumbling. But that's not their problem, that's yours. You have to be strong enough in the inside that even if somebody laughs at your dream, that really in the inside of them, in the inside of you, you're laughing at them like, you don't even know that you're a machine. You don't even know that you're God. You don't even know that your thoughts alone are keeping you from ascending out of where you are right now. And a lot of times people that laugh at your dreams or challenge your dreams, there's nothing about their life that you want to emulate. There is, I don't know what that means. But there's not a lot of dreams that people, like when I meet people and I see them and they don't have anything that I want, well, I don't care whether they laugh or scoff at my dream or not. I could care less. Why would I care about that? That person has actually shown me that they don't even know how to accumulate in their life. They don't know how to make things happen for themselves. They don't know how to fix their thinking so that things come in for themselves. How could I be discouraged by a person that doesn't even know how to bring in things for themselves? And that's the way I think now. That's an automatic. And it's one of those things that, like, when you're young, you don't think like that. When you're in your 20s and 30s, this takes wisdom and time and age to understand that literally it's not telling your dreams prematurely. That's not what it is. It's you not having something inside of you that's strong enough that if their response is not what you want it to be, that it doesn't matter to you, that it won't frazzle you, that it won't break you down in the inside, that it won't make you second guess yourself, that it won't make you question your own dream. Like, there is absolutely nothing anybody can say that can make me question my dream for myself. It's not possible. I can tell you guys some crazy things that I believe for myself that are going to happen tonight, tomorrow. And there's not anything anybody can say on YouTube, on social media, that most likely would not ever even say it to your face. Like, I almost question sometimes when people are on YouTube trolling, I almost question, like, what does your house look like that you're living in right now that you're typing me from? Do you have, like, to-go containers sitting around your computer where you're typing me from? Are you sitting in your bed? Did you even get dressed today? Did you take a bath today? Like, you can't say anything to me. You cannot crush the dreams of somebody that believes so big that it really almost, like, I attract trolls. That's how big I am. That's how giant I am in the inside. That's how strong I am in the inside. I attract the trolls because it is a resentful thing of, I remind them of what they don't have, which is boldness and dare and a platform. I remind them of every time, trolls or people that are negative or down on themselves, every time they get on and say things like, you haven't started your social media platform because you're afraid of what people are going to say. Girl, boy, if y'all don't start y'all shit and start talking, just start talking, right? And you will. The bigger you are, and not big like in number, big in energy, in boldness, in bravery. The bigger you are, the more you will highlight to other people their insecurity and how they're not starting something because they don't feel as big as you do. And you reminding that to them can hurt sometimes. So you have to be mindful of that. Even with your dreams, sometimes you're telling your dreams to people and they're really big, right? But if you tell your dream to a person that it didn't happen for them, maybe they had a similar dream and it didn't happen for them, it's a good chance that they may try, well, when I tried to do that, blank happened. And when blank happened, blank happened. And sometimes, let me teach you guys a really, really easy thing to say. No, thank you. No, thank you. When people start giving you unsolicited advice to, like, damper you or to bring you down, just, no, thank you. I already got a plan right here. No, thank you. and I guarantee that my plan does not include your negativity or your caution. I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes I would rather go out and make my own mistakes than to listen to somebody else's. That's me. That's my personality. Because when I look at the grand scheme of people that give their unsolicited advice, and there's nothing about your life that was successful enough that I want to emulate, I don't want to hear your caution. Your caution is fear to me, and I don't live in that. I don't have it. If it was somebody that had other things in their life and they were, had a resume and had a checklist of some things and they were giving some caution or some best practices, I'm listening. But for somebody that absolutely has nothing that I want, I'm not listening. And I feel pity for you. So it's not just about sharing your dreams, because I actually think you should share your dreams. I am not Christian, okay? I am not Christian. But I do know a lot of scriptures because I was born and raised in the Pentecostal church. And there's one scripture that says that they are overcome by the words of their testimony. There are scriptures that say that what comes out of your mouth came from your heart. There are scriptures that say that the power of life and death is in the tongue. Now you add those scriptures together, and then you start listening to people that say, be careful who you tell your dreams to, because those people can squash your dreams. Do you guys not see a mixed message here? And the people that are telling you this are Christians. But you're telling me that the power of life and death is in my tongue. So I've got to speak it, right? I've got to share my dream. I have to overcome by the words of my testimony of things that have happened for me, right? I have to let people know that good things are happening for me to encourage other people. I have to. But what I also had to do, if I'm going to hold the stance that, no, I'm not going to be quiet about great things that happen for me, and I'm not going to be quiet about my dreams, because I'm going to tell you, Sometimes being quiet about your dreams can keep you from getting new resources. I'm a hairstylist by trade. I retired in 2019. But sometimes just by sharing a dream that you have or something that you want to do, the right person is listening and they have a resource. They have a connection. They know somebody that works. But just met the other day, met someone that worked at Chick-fil-A, corporate. And just maybe a week or two prior, someone else, a young lady, a little girl, but I knew that worked at Chick-fil-A, had to leave because of the hostile work environment. But she enjoyed working there and was there for 2 years. And so isn't that an awesome connection to connect this young black girl with another black woman that is in the corporate of Chick-fil-A? Would not have known that had we not spoken these things, had we not have conversation and talking. So you have to really find that medium. You've got to find that recipe of how do I still share? How do I still say and tell without being afraid that someone is going to squash my dream? And the deal is that you can't. Stop being afraid that someone's going to squash your dream. You stop being afraid that someone's going to squash your dream by strengthening yourself. No one can squash my dream. You have to make your dream unsquashable. You make your dream unsquashable, it doesn't matter who you tell. Oh, you better hear me. Make your dream unsquashable. It's too much in me for me to break down. You can't scare me. You cannot fear me into whatever you got going on. I don't have any problem sharing my dreams with you. I don't have sharing what's gonna come from me because you don't even have the power in your whole body times 3 to squash anything that I want to come to pass, because it will come to pass if I say it's gonna come to pass. You've got to fortify yourself enough that no matter who you tell your dream, if they laugh, if they scoff, if they go talk about you behind your back, that's still not gonna stop my dream from coming true. How can you don't even have the activation power to activate or deactivate anything in me. You don't have my fingerprint to unlock me or to lock me. You don't nobody outside of you has the capacity to do that. And when you make your inner voice and the resolve and the belief about yourself exponentially stronger than anything from the outside that could present itself, you can tell your dream to anybody. And I recommend that if you have stayed all the way to this end and you've watched this, I recommend that you really hear me. The dream, well, first of all, starting on the belief about yourself. The belief about yourself has to be so ironclad, so tough, so matter of fucking fact. The belief about yourself has to be so fucking strong that nobody, when people say, people believe you're crazy. You know it. You know that people believe that you're crazy, but you know that you're brilliant. That means whenever you hear the crazy, when people, that's okay. I've been called worse. But that still doesn't stop my brilliance. That still doesn't stop my intellect. That still doesn't stop the genius. How people feel about you does not stop you. If you come into agreement with how they feel about you, that is what will stop you. And that is all on you. When you have fortified who you are and you know good and well who you are and can't nobody shake who you are and who you know about yourself, and then you start dreaming, you start putting that self into a dream. This self of who I am, who I love, who I'm proud of, who I defend, not when I say defend, boundaries, who I put boundaries around and hold those boundaries because I fucks with me. I love me so much. I put boundaries around me because I can't afford to let nothing come in and tap and change what I got going on. That's how much I love myself. And when you get that tight and you start inserting that beautiful self into a dream, and that dream gets strong, and that dream believes that someone just like me can have this. Someone just like me deserves this. I'm entitled to this. If I think it, I can have it. Someone like me is not counted out. I can have this exact same thing. When you have that solidness of who you are and the dream that you desire and how you belong to that dream and that dream belongs to you, and no man tear asunder, when you get like that, you can share your dream with anybody. You can tell anybody anything and it will not bother you. Again, it will, honestly, for me, a lot of times I feel pity. I will say this, at this point in my walk, in my game, when I tell people my dreams, they fucking believe it because they have seen me work in the last couple of years. And if you've been following me, you'll know that 2 years ago, I was homeless. I was living in a 1995 SUV. I was fresh a breakup, like 4 weeks post breakup. So my heart was broken. I'm in an SUV by myself. I don't have any money. I've lost clients. Like I'm just down to the bottom, right? And I'm refusing to involve anybody else into what because I know I was getting ready to quantum jump. I am getting ready to quantum jump to where I want to be, right? And best believe I told people my dreams. But let's believe I told the man that put the new tires on my car, who happened to be a Hispanic man. I told him I'm driving to Mexico. I told him my dream. And could he have laughed at me? Yes. Could he have said, be careful, you're a woman, you're going to be by yourself? Yes. But you know what he did? He made sure I had the best tires on that car. And he even gave me advice and stuff like that. Like, he was great because he knew I was on a journey, right? And most likely he's probably been on that journey himself coming to the States. So, telling your dream to the right people is important, but you have to be bold enough to be able to tell your dream, because you're going to hit a lot of people that you tell the dream to, and they're not going to understand, or they're going to be too low to comprehend the dream, or they're going to just see themselves and why the dream didn't work for them and try to project that back on you. You have to be strong enough in yourself. You have to be strong enough in that dream that you and that dream. Let me interject this. A lot of people, and I don't know who this is for, but there are a lot of people that you have a dream, but you have messaging around who you are and how a person like you cannot achieve the dream that you want. And you really need to work through those messages. You're not too black for the dream. You're not too fat for the dream. You're not too ugly for the dream. You're not too stupid for the dream. None of that. None of that. Like, a lot of people are sitting here watching this and you believe, but it is something about the way that you are that basically disqualifies you for the dream. And I'm here to tell you that that's a lie. And you need to get that under, like, kick it out the curb. It's a lie. It's always been a lie. There is nothing about you that can disqualify you for the dream. In fact, the thing that you're thinking about that to disqualify you for the dream is the very thing that's probably the qualifier. It's the very thing that's going to set you apart. It's going to be the very thing that you can use to your advantage to achieve the dream. And the sooner you learn that, the quicker you go, right? So, for me, going from homeless to where I am now, people have seen me. They've seen me work, and they pretty much are like, if Kelly said she gonna do it, that girl don't play, right? She don't play. But I had to practice, and because of that practice, I now have a reputation. And each of you that can have the same reputation, that whatever dream you dream of, you always accomplish it. I am known as a dream accomplisher. I'm known for that. But that wasn't always my story. That wasn't always my story. I would get lost in the follow through. I would let people discourage me. I would let people tell me, you're from Kansas. Ain't nobody from Kansas City doing nothing. Lies. And then I even had that little silly thing in myself. You're too fat, Oh, girl. Now I can't get people off of me. I can't get people to stop just coming up and mushing on my chunky meat because it's comforting to them. I just be like, get off me. It's just interesting that when you can magnetize yourself, the very thing that you didn't think could help you get to where you're going to get is the very thing that gets me to where I'm about to be. And I'm very attractive in that way. I'm very attractive. I remind people of home. I remind people of comfort. And I remind people of their moms and their grandmothers, right? But again, the very thing that I thought was counting me out is actually the very thing that people love most about me. Because as you can see, I can dress my ass off. Like, that's what I do. That's what I do, But let me come back to the like, sum it all up. You don't have to be careful about sharing your dreams to the wrong people when you become the right person. When you know who you are and you are sure in who you are. Nobody and nothing. Like, you've been there, done that. People have been calling you crazy and slow and whatever your whole life. All right, been there, done that. I ain't heard nothing new. I don't believe that about myself. I believe that I'm the bomb.com. I believe that there's nobody greater than me. I believe that I'm the smartest. Like, for me, I am the best me for me. Like, I ain't nobody better than me. There's nobody in this world better than me. You may have other things that you're good at, but nobody is better than me, right? Especially nobody's better than me for me, to me. I am good to me, right? I love me so much. I fuck with me. There's a song that's cause I fuck with myself more than anybody else. Who sings that song? What is that girl's name? Cause I fuck with myself more than anybody else. Damn it, I cannot remember her name. But just Google that. I fuck with myself more than anybody else. I'm looking at her name and I just can't think about it. But When you know who you are, right? And you know that your dream is solid. Like, this is what I want to do. And let me tell you this. If you're a person that's just got dreams and you just throwing shit out, your dream ain't solid. That's why you can't tell nobody your dreams, because you're changing dreams every 3 minutes. You're changing dreams like you change draws, okay? Me, I don't move like that. My dreams are so solid. They're written in several notebooks over 2 years span. I've written the same dream down. Oh, hell yeah, I'm telling people my dreams now, because I'm to the point where I need resources. I need connections. I know who I am, okay? I'm going to tell my dream to as many people as possible so that the right people can give me the resources that I need. And I do not remember the people that laugh. I do not remember the no's. I do not remember the people that tell that they don't say that it's stupid to your face. I don't remember okay, here's a good one. I don't remember the people that say, you got a new dream now? You sure keep switching dreams. Are you sure you know what you want to do? I don't even remember those people. I only remember the ones that say, you know what? I got somebody in this office that might could help you with that. Hey, I used to do this. I might got some extra this over here. I got some. That's the only people that matter. Know who you are. Get strong in who you are. Know your dream. Know it frontwards and backwards. Know your plan. Be solid in your plan. And it doesn't matter who you tell your dream to, because can nobody outside of you hinder that dream. Only if you're not solid in who you know yourself to be in your dream can you come into agreement with what naysayers may say, and that can crumble your dream. But it's not them independently, not them by themselves. They can't do a motherfucking thing to you. Only if you come into agreement with their disbelief. If you come into agreement with their disbelief, it wasn't them, it was you. If you come into agreement with their disbelief, then that means you have some more strengthening to do in yourself. If you come into agreement with their confusion, then that means that there was somewhere that was still shakeable inside of you, and that is your responsibility to strengthen. All right. I think that's all I want to say. I love myself. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining in. If you liked today's message, please like and share and subscribe and all those things, because we're building this channel and I want to come more and share, how I flow, how I do things. I'm not necessarily trying to teach anybody anything. I'm just telling you how I do it. And you can agree with it or disagree with it. But I'm very happy with the success that I've had. I live a great life and I'm happy with it. And, you may just think about it and be like, you know what, let's try it. One day it may work for you. So anyway, I love myself. I love you. See you guys.